In stretch today, we saw with Linder, Odagu, and Gray. They at least stretch,
Linder,
but do you,
yeah.
Odagu, Gray.
See, I'm slow. I'm trying to process.
Might they do any contact work this spring, or definitely not?
Cager was flexing.
Yes, Cager.
There's another one.
Okay.
Doubtful that anybody does. But it's kind of, when you start stretching with the team, it's a sign of integrating back into play. And I think there was supposed to be like a 3 weeks into spring ball, we were going to reevaluate and maybe not put them in contact, but maybe allow somebody to do one-on-one routes, which Cager maybe. I doubt. I'm just using an example. There's drills that they can do that aren't really contact drills and not a lot of bodies around, or even pass pro. Sometimes you're integrating the lineman back into play, one-on-one pass pro. You know, if you get in there with a team, there's twists and this and that, and people flying around and falling on the ground and all that, you just can't put them in there. But you know, the next thing would be one-on-one type drills for those guys.
With running backs, do you just try to survive the spring, you know, knowing that,
Yeah, we pray a lot that, you know, I mean, we don't want anybody to get hurt, obviously, but there's certain positions, if you had one or two, you're like, I have no earthly idea what we'll do. We'll go 5 wides or something. You know, I do have a nightmare about that once a week.
Are you still in need of a grad transfer, or maybe somebody else?
We need help for sure. I can tell you that at that position.
Will Robert be back this spring, or
Robert? This spring, that we don't know yet. I think there's some doctors' meetings today to try to decide what's the next move. We may have some info about tomorrow.
Also,
the next day.
I'm sorry. You have a scrimmage coming up, your first scrimmage, and
right.
we won't see you before then. What are you looking for, and how's it gonna be set up?
Well, a lot of things that happen in this thud tempo, where we're not tackling to the ground and we're not cutting somebody below the waist, blocking below the waist. It changes the game when you're able to block somebody below the waist. Let's say you're a receiver blocking out on the perimeter, a little bubble screen comes and you're the blocker. Well, if that guy comes hard as he can come, you might just cut him, you know, block him low, which you're allowed to if you're faced up on him. And then he's on the ground, and while he's on the ground, you're running down the sideline. Or you've got a running back who's trying to block these big defensive ends. Well, right now the ends know we can't cut them, can't block below the waist, so they're just running them little dudes over, you know, or trying to. But when they know they might get cut, it's a little different. Guys are trying to, you know, self-preservation there for a minute, you know. Same thing when you run like a stretch play, an outside play, we call it stretch play. Sometimes the backside you're cutting a guy, and which creates a seam which you just can't do in these drills. So, and then the other thing too is, now that we're tackling, you know, are you really getting them on the ground? You know, and my guess is they will. My plan right now also, which is a little bit different, is to let the quarterbacks have a normal jersey and play ball. You know, so, you know, is it a sack? Is it not a sack in a normal scrimmage? We don't know. This scrimmage, if I don't chicken out, we'll know if it's a sack or not. We'll know if a guy, you know, makes a move and gets 5 yards, or if he gets tackled and he fumbles the ball, or he secures the ball, or whatever it may be. So it'll look more like a true game on those snaps, because we're going to let the quarterbacks play ball.
Is that